Hi and welcome to Beginner Polymer Clay. So today I'm just going to run through my guide sheet, which will be attached in the description, and in store these will be available laminated, and there will eventually be a QR to this video so you can see what to do. So first of all, the thing is to choose your project. So you've got to think about, with polymer clay, what colours you want and what you're going to use to cut out. So I have decided on this beautiful butterfly clay tool. I'm not sure what bits I'm going to do and what colour yet, but I've chosen the colours I will be choosing from. You have to condition the clay, so when you get it, it'll be a hard lump, it'll crack. You need to soften it like this until it's really soft, okay? And then you shape it yourself if you're making your own thing, or use the tools. You can use any of the sculpting tools as well, sculpting tools here. Or anything around the house, to be honest. You can add texture from things around the house like fur or wood grain. You can attach little small parts, which is what I'm going to do. You could also insert findings if you want to turn what you're doing into a piece of jewellery. Then we have to bake the clay once you finish the design, usually about 10-15 minutes. That would be the absolute maximum for 6mm, so about ½ centimetre. And I have a separate oven for mine, but you can just do it in your normal oven. It says put it on parchment paper, but I have a tray just dedicated to polymer clay. So I just use that, and then you have to let it cool. It should just slide off the tray. You can sand it, you can paint it, you can glaze it, seal it, do whatever you want, and then you can assemble it and use it if it was a keychain or an earring or a necklace. Do whatever you want to do with it. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with mine yet. I might just create the shape and it can just be a topper for some other project, and I'll leave it over there. So if you're in my store, thank you so much for coming in and watching this and taking part in some crafts. If you're from YouTube, hi guys, my name's Tash from Heart Design, and I love everything art and craft. Let's get started. I'm going to soften all four first. I won't let you sit there watching me do it, and I'll come back to you guys. Okay, I have kneaded them all so they're a bit softer. Polymer clay is quite hard. It's not really soft like air dry clay anyway. So I'm going to pop pink in. I think it's going to be, I think I'm going to have a pink butterfly. So I'm just pushing it into the shape as hard as I can, spreading it into all the gaps. We can push down in the middle to push it out and spread it out so there's enough to go right in. You've got to push really hard so that you get the indentations on the other side, all the patterns you saw, so we won't see those indentations if we haven't pushed this right into the spaces and pushed down. So that is what we're aiming for, because the other side is going to be the front. And then what you want to do, once you've pushed it all in, you want to get a tool just to make sure it's all flattened down. I'm looking for this tool here that will get into all those points. I think I'm actually better off using my hands for this part. Just push down, because you want the back to look nice as well. Say if you were making a piece of jewellery, you've got to make sure the back looks beautiful too. So we're going to push it right in. So here, can you see I'm not getting right into the corner. It needs to go right in. And then we flatten it out after. It's at its most pliable stage now because we've softened it up. We're now softening it even more. We're pushing it right in. And luckily, these clay tools that you can get in my shop, not to buy but to use when you're here, when you're making. And there's so many to choose from, as you can see in that tray. So I've pushed right down. I've smoothed it out as best I can to make it look beautiful on that side. And then we're going to push. Okay. Oh. and that should release it. Oh, I think the whole thing broke. Oh no, there we go, there we go. Ooh. Oh, it did, it snapped off, that's a shame. Anyway, we're going to keep going. So now we're going to have to make that straight because that broke. Right. The good thing about this is you can still use that bottom part of the mould. What was supposed to happen is that it pushed the polymer out and it would have come out all flat and lovely, but hey ho, that wasn't meant to be. We're having to pull it off. There we are. Okay, so now you can tidy it up and do whatever you want to do with it. I'm just going to make it look nice. See here, we lost a little bit of the detail because of the clay tool breaking, which wasn't good, was it? Right, so there's our lovely little butterfly shape. I'm just going to pop some more of that polymer back into that space because there was a bit there and I think it still needs to be in there. And then we'll smudge it, if you know what I mean. Smudge? Kind of making it up, but I think smudge is a good word. Smudge. Right, so now that I've kind of joined in that polymer and flattened it out a bit, I can now just do the indents better. Okay, hopefully you can see that. Just try to tidy it up a little bit and make it match the other side. Make it kind of even squeevens. So then you can start to add other colours in. So I've softened this up so that we can maybe add smaller details. So there's two markings there. I'm actually going to put some blue in on those bits. Like that. There we go. And I'm going to put another blue bit in here. Too big. Thing with polymer clay, it is quite time consuming. But once you get going and it's all softened and you're ready to go and you've got the main shape, that's when the fun starts. So I'm gonna create those lines with the purple part of the polymer. Remember, I am kind of going a lot quicker than I would if I was doing this properly. I'll be taking my time much more. But as this is one of many tutorials I'm recording today for the shop, I'm kind of rushing a little bit. Just because all I want to do is show you the basics, you know. Get a bit more blue and we'll do a blue line now. There we go, just roll. So I'm going to do that. What I'll do is I'll pause whilst I finish off and I'll show you when it gets to baking stage. Okay guys, my little butterfly is ready to bake. This is why I wanted to show you that I didn't start again with the butterfly. You can absolutely turn things around and get a really nice finished product even when mistakes make along the way because it's malleable. You can change it and soften it. It's still not perfect, but the point is I'm having fun. And that's what I want you all to think about when you come in the shop. That's what Pick and Mix Crafts is all about. It's about coming in and enjoying the process. And it doesn't have to be perfect. So I'm putting that on about 180 degrees and I'm putting it on for about 5 minutes. That should do it because it's only a small item. And there's still lots left over, look. So what I will do is I'll save those and I'll show you what I put them in to save them. I also recommend that with any spare colours that you've got, you mix them all together and make a blob because actually when you're making jewellery and things, say if you were to slice through the middle of this, it would look really cute. There'd be nice shapes and colours in it and things. So yeah, smudge them together and put them in a bag. These are the little bags I use. That one's one of the old ones. So there you can see it's going to be kept fine in there. It will go a bit hard again, but all you have to do is soften it up, so it's perfect. Okay, it's out of the oven. It's definitely cooked. We're going to let it cool down now before I touch it. Make sure you always use an oven glove or a heatproof glove to get the tray out of the oven. I'll come back when it's cool. So here we have it, my finished little butterfly. What you can do then is you can, once it's totally cooled, it's still a bit hot, you can paint it, you can varnish it and give it a gloss and seal it. You could stick on a magnet on the back. It could be a magnet for your fridge at home. You could stick a badge back on. So yeah, you can just think of the many ways you could use it. It would look nice on the top of a bookmark. So lots of ideas for you to take away. Hope that's helped. This is your beginner guide to using polymer clay. Thanks again if you've come in the shop and you're watching, and thanks again as well if you're on YouTube and found me and watching too. Take care everyone.